because the semis are in the past. It's all about this. It's all about the final. France versus Argentina, Mbappe versus Messi, Lloris versus Martinez. You've just got class all over the pitch. Now, obviously, it's no secret who I'm supporting, but I think France deserve a lot of credit. I think they deserve a whole heap of credit because they have come into this tournament having to play the same starting 11 every match, basically, for the same amount of minutes every match because there is such weakness in depth. They lost Karim Benzema, Kante, Pogba, Hernandez, and I know I'm missing some more. That's damaging for France. The fact that they've still got to a final, overcoming some juggernauts like England along the way, absolute credit to them because I know they've been hampered by injury a lot more than Argentina. But 11 on 11, both starting lineups, I think this one's a complete 50-50 split. I can't pick it. Robbie, do you think that taking into account the injuries, do you think France have had to do it tougher to get to the final than Argentina, or both teams have done it tough?
It's a hard one. I don't think it's, for me, Pogba, I'm going to say it because in France, Pogba, France is, and Kante in midfield, as we seen in the last World Cup, were absolutely massive for them. Karim Benzema, for me, I actually think it's a positive for France, to be honest. And I think a lot of people have seen that because of what happened in the last World Cup, how Giroud's been there, he's done all his work. Obviously, he's added goals in this tournament as well. But that's how Mbappe has been unleashed. Giroud is the main key to unleashing him because with Benzema and Karim Benzema and Mbappe just don't link up as good as Giroud. So for me, I don't think the big one was Benzema. But look, in the midfield, they've got Camavinga there, they've got Rabiot there who's been on fire. They've got Koeman coming off the bench. Griezmann has been in one of the best form.
Best player for them.
He's been their best player this cup.
Honestly, he's been a quite achiever, man, and no one's really talking him up. And I really hope he's in the mix for the Golden Ball because just because you don't get goals and assists doesn't mean you're not one of the best players. And I think he's really made this. He's been the key and the ticker for this main French team. So look, for me, we've all seen how stacked this French team is, and it's sad for the players that have missed out. I think Nkunku was another one that got injured in the warm up just before. He could have his possibly in the World Cup final as well. So look, on the other side of the Argentina, I'm pretty sure I don't think they have much injuries and quality. I think they just. Dybala came on at 3-0 the other day, and he never gets.
But Di Maria is not 100%. Obviously,
Di Maria, yep. I think age as well, not on his thing, but yeah. But people were like Alvarez, man. Geez, hasn't he shined this World Cup as well?
Mm-hmm. They're not lacking quality now. RJ, obviously, people are going to talk about Messi, Mbappe, but are there any other players? We just talked a little bit about Griezmann, who you think could be the deciding factor in this final, because we are soon, boys, going to have to give some predictions. We're going to have to be accountable, make a call. Mm-hmm. And for all of you in the live chat, make sure you smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I know we've got a poll in the live chat asking who you think will win. But RJ, what other players do you think will play a really big role in the final?
Yeah, I think the midfield battle is quite interesting because we all agreed that Griezmann's been France's best player and one of the better players in this tournament. I guess you know who I think is on top at the moment. But in that middle, Tchouaméni is going to be super important, and he has been important. He was, again, very important against Morocco. But equally, Fernandez and De Paul for Argentina, because that's where the battle is. If they can keep Griezmann quiet, he'll stop connecting up to Mbappe and Giroud, then you're stopping the supply chain. So for us, that's super, super important. Us as in for Argentina, because I'm going for them, obviously. But I think that's going to be a massive matchup, boys. And obviously throwing into the mix, just from a striker's point of view, Giroud didn't have his best game. Yeah. Deschamps made some good substitutions in that second half to balance the load. But there's obviously that talk now. Benzema is reportedly fit. Does he take a chance not to start him, but to throw him in the mix at some point? Not a bad wild card to have a Ballon d'Or winner that's available.
Oh, you have to. I think if Deschamps can put him on the bench, and the rumours are true and he's been relatively fit and training, I think it would be absolutely insane not to put him on your bench. I mean, like you said, Ballon d'Or winner, France's form striker, Of all the strikers
Champions
available.
League best striker too.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer for me. And if I see Karim Benzema's name on the bench for France in the World Cup final, I'm feeling a hell of a lot better about their chances. Like I said, 50-50 split right now. But even if Benzema's back, I'm still starting Giroud because I think they've been clicking with him up front, and the role he plays, you can't minimize. He's so important to France and their attack. But having Benzema off the bench, tell you what, that would be just about the best player on both benches, I think. Robbie, does Benzema start for you? And if not, who wins this game and why? The $1 million question.
Yeah, look, no, for me, it's simple. Giroud's been, again, one of the best players again in France. And like I said, he's done all these dirty work, as I said before, and he's added goals and assists. So I think it'll be disrespectful if you drop him, especially in another World Cup final.
Yep.
Benzema, look, again, I don't know how true the rumors are about him fit and he's going to be on the bench, but still, like, I'll be amazed if he sees any minutes in this World Cup, if I'm being honest. Geez, man.
Big call, Robbie. That's a big call. If they lose that game, knowing they had a fit current Ballon d'Or winner waiting to be utilised, and they lose.
Like, they've been going like for like swaps, on their wingers. Coman's been coming off. Rabio's been in the middle. I don't know. It depends on the game. If they're chasing the game, obviously it makes sense. Bring on Benzema. But if they're in front, 2-0, do you really need to chuck on another Benzema? Like we've seen what Deschamps is like. He can sometimes be a little bit like a Southgate, and when he's up in front, he likes to lock it up. And as we've seen even today, they were 1-0 early, and a lot of people thought the floodgates were going to open up, and they actually played the opposite, which was a smart card. They gave the ball to Morocco so they couldn't get counter-attacks, which was very smart, which Morocco's been doing all tournaments. So look, calling this result, it really is. I think this is going to be an amazing game. I'm actually happy we got this final because this is two heavyweights, like I say, going to go toe-to-toe.
Who do you think's on the front foot, Rob and Scott? Like,
I think Argentina.
Because they both played. I thought Argentina's been quite dominant for most of their games, but against Croatia, because of the control in the midfield, they were allowing or being forced either way to play more strategic and counter-attack. And it was actually a new dimension to their game that I thought Argentina looked quite dangerous. So I wonder if they will allow France to take some control to try to exploit that. But I just thought,
I don't see Deschamps letting France go out and play that way. Even this morning against Morocco, they were quite pragmatic. We know that throughout the tournament, Morocco have played counter-attacking football. They haven't done a whole lot with the ball. So France this morning said, righto, have the ball. Come at us. Come. Do your thing. And I mean, look, ultimately they got through. They wore out. I think Morocco, to their credit, who played a great game, wore themselves out. And then you saw France just capitalize on that late. I can see them doing the same thing. I think Deschamps gets them to go out, play pretty neutral, don't go too hard. Let Argentina come, let them have the ball. And when they lose that ball, hit them hard, hit them fast, hit them down the sides. Because I do think that Argentina can be hit down the sides. Their wing backs, they've conceded goals. They've conceded to a lot of teams. They're vulnerable too. But France's defence, for me, a bit of a worry. Conceding goals left, right and centre. So
I think it's equal, isn't it? They've conceded equal amount of goals, but I think Argentina's can had more clean sheets overall. But that pace that they've got on the counter, they've got a pretty quick guy named Mbappe. He's pretty quick. So, but we all saw what Amrabat did this morning. How about that recovery tackle? I had to throw that in the mix. Perfect. What a highlight that was.
I think
I like what Rob.
This is right, Robbie. Go on, mate. I think this comment's really good from Khan, saying that from the 2016 Euro final loss, he has gone for a more pragmatic style of play. And we have seen a lot of teams that have gone out and been really expansive and just been punished for it. So I see France being pragmatic in this match. Go on, Robbie.
No, I was just saying Rob 28's comment. I agree with that. I wouldn't mess with it with a winning formula. It's exactly right. Unless he's chasing the game, that's when you turn to your bench.
I couldn't agree more. I wouldn't mess with it either.
Look, guys, all of you in the live chat, the poll. We're going to close it in a minute. At the moment, we've got 62% saying France win, 38%
I'm out.
Argentina. We've got rid of RJ. Brilliant. That's a win. But make sure you smash a like on the video, leave a comment, and if you haven't already, click that subscribe button. Boys, let's get to predictions. We said this wasn't going to be a long one. I still want to quickly mention what's going on in our domestic league down here because it's been a very quiet week in the A-League. But let's get the predictions. Robbie, starting with you.
Can I give a head and a heart one, or has to be one?
No, go on, man. Do your thing.
No, look, I'm definitely following France. Obviously, Team Europe, I want France to win. I'd love to see Mbappe at this age get the double and France do the double. I really think it's written in the stars that Argentina. My head saying Argentina win this for Messi.
The ref's carrying.
Please say football. That didn't need saving.
Netflix next year, The Last Dance, Messi or something on Netflix. You can just see it. I don't know. I just think it's written in the stars. I mean, he has, and you can't say that he has really,
he's been good.
He's done really good. He's been magic, and even as a Ronaldo fan, he really has done good. So my head's saying that they win this on penalties, but my heart says I think 2-1 France in normal time.
Yeah, look,
who scores for you, Rob? Who scores?
I think Mbappe does score, but then I think there could be someone really random again, like this morning, like you had Hernandez score today. It could be just really, really random goal scorer. But I'm going to go Mbappe. He hasn't scored in 2 games now, and he scored in the last final, and I think this is his stage to shine, mate.
And this one, Rob, third place, who's winning that? Morocco or Croatia?
I was actually talking about this to the boys. I actually think this is going to be, for once, a really good third place because both teams will really want this and be up for it. I actually think Morocco is going to – I think they'll be up for this a bit more. So I'm going Morocco to win this.
I'm going Morocco in that one. In the big one, I'm going to put this caveat out. If it goes to penalties, I have absolutely no doubt in my mind – that Argentina win it. Martinez, as much as I can't stand him, he's an excellent shot stopper, and he will get them through if it's pens. I don't think it goes to pens, though. I think it will go into extra time, and I'm going with France to take it 1-0 in extra time. I think it's going to be one of those finals where both teams are way too scared to lose. They lock it up, and it's just going to be a mistake or a terrible moment for an Argentinian defender, hopefully Martinez, just to keep you United boys quiet. So I'm going 1-0 France in extra time. But if it's pens, no competition. Argentina win it easily. RJ, go on, mate. Let's hear it.
So third place game, Croatia for me. I think they send Modric out a deserved third place winner in that one. I'd like that for him and for Mateo Kovacic as well. In the final, obviously my heart says Argentina for the Messi factor. I think he's not only been good, he's been quite brilliant for someone who's on the tail end of his career. So it would be a nice cherry on the top for someone that, to be crystal clear again, and I've said this a million times, I wasn't treating this World Cup as a defining fact of who's better between him and Ronaldo. I really don't. It would be nice for him. It completes the record. It's a team sport. His individual records, he'll probably win the Golden Ball like he did in 2014. So if he wins, fantastic. If he doesn't, he's still my GOAT. But I think they do win. I do. I think they will win in extra time, 2-1. I do think he won't be the one that's going to get man of the match or anything like that. He's got 4 of them. I don't think that'll happen again. I'm not throwing that in serious. I just don't think he will get man of the match. But I think he will win his World Cup, and it'll be 2-1 after extra time. So, yeah.